In the heart of California's mountains, a discovery sparked a frenzy, transforming dreamers into miners and wilderness into a land of fortune and despair. The year was 1848, and a humble carpenter named James Marshall was about to stumble upon something that would change the course of American history. On a chilly January morning, while inspecting a mill race at Sutter's Mill, Marshall spotted a glimmer in the clear, cold water. It was a tiny yet incredibly significant piece of gold. His heart pounded in his chest as he held the nugget up to the sun, its yellow gleam confirming his wildest suspicions. Gold! There was gold in the California hills. Word of Marshall's discovery spread like wildfire. The news traveled from the quiet town of Coloma to the bustling city of San Francisco, from the pristine shores of the Pacific to the bustling cities of the East Coast. Newspaper headlines screamed with excitement, their bold letters announcing the discovery of gold in the wild western frontier. Gold, gold, gold from the American river, they proclaimed. The news sparked a frenzy of excitement, a collective dream of fortune that spread across the country and soon around the world. This was the spark that ignited the gold rush. Thousands of men and women uprooted their lives, drawn by the shimmering promise of wealth. They left their homes, their families, their pasts, and embarked on an epic journey to the Golden State, their hearts filled with hope and their minds buzzing with dreams of striking it rich. This was the beginning of an era, a time of fortune and folly, of dreamers and doers, of great wealth and great despair. The quiet wilderness of California, once a distant outpost on the edge of the world, was about to be transformed into a bustling epicenter of activity, a place where dreams could either be made or shattered in the blink of an eye. And thus, the quiet wilderness of California was about to become the epicenter of a nation's dreams. Drawn by the promise of wealth, they arrived in droves. They were the 49 ERs. These hopeful prospectors, hailing from all corners of the globe, embarked on a perilous journey to the heart of the California wilderness, each carrying a dream of striking it rich in the golden hills of the Sierra Nevada. Imagine a farmer from Missouri, a merchant from New York, a sailor from China, and a banker from England. Their lives, as different as night and day, are now intertwined by a shared ambition: gold. They sold their possessions, bid farewell to their families, and set off on a journey that promised no guarantee of return. The overland route was a grueling test of grit and endurance. They traversed the Great Plains, navigated the Rocky Mountains, and braved the deadly deserts of Nevada, all the while battling hunger, disease, and the harsh elements. Those who chose the sea route had to endure months of treacherous ocean voyages, with the hopes of landing on the shores of San Francisco. Upon their arrival, the 49 ERs found a land drastically different from what they had left behind. Amidst the majestic mountains and the roaring rivers, makeshift mining camps sprung up overnight. These camps, teeming with men consumed by gold fever, became symbols of the Wild West, a place where law was often dictated by the barrel of a gun. The camps were a melting pot of cultures and languages, a cacophony of dreams and despair. Here men toiled day and night, their faces etched with the raw determination to unearth the elusive gold. A single find could mean instant wealth, but more often than not, the reality was a brutal combination of hard labor and meager rewards. In the pursuit of gold, they left behind the known, braving the unknown. Their journey was not just a physical one, but a journey of the spirit. The 49 ERs, in their quest for fortune, etched a story of resilience and determination into the annals of history, forever shaping the narrative of the American dream. Gold, elusive and precious, demanded ingenuity in its pursuit. So, in the heart of California's rugged wilderness, miners sought to master the art of gold extraction, using a variety of techniques that evolved over the course of the gold rush. The earliest and simplest method was panning. Miners would scoop up river sediment in a shallow pan and agitate it gently, allowing the heavier gold particles to settle at the bottom while lighter materials washed away. This was a laborious process, yielding small amounts of gold and requiring great patience. But as the easy pickings dwindled, miners turned to more efficient methods. Sluicing was one such technique, using the flow of water to separate gold from the gravel. Miners would shovel dirt into a long wooden trough or sluice box lined with riffles that would catch the gold while the gravel and sand washed away. Then came hydraulic mining, a method as destructive as it was effective. Here, miners would direct a high-pressure jet of water at a hillside, washing away the earth to reveal any gold deposits. This method could process large amounts of material quickly, but at a heavy environmental cost, as the resulting runoff choked rivers and streams with sediment. Yet the impact of these mining techniques extended beyond the physical landscape. The indigenous populations who had lived in harmony with these lands for centuries faced displacement and disruption as their traditional territories were overrun by miners. Their spiritual connection to the land was disregarded, and their way of life irrevocably changed. Historians remind us that while the gold rush brought prosperity to many, it also bore witness to the human capacity for destruction in the pursuit of wealth. The techniques used to extract gold from the earth, though innovative, were far from benign. The mining camps left scars on the landscape that are still visible today, a sobering reminder of the cost of ambition. The pursuit of gold not only changed lives but also the land itself. And as we delve deeper into the story of the California gold rush, we're confronted with the question, what is the true price of fortune? But the glint of gold often casts long shadows. The gold rush, while a beacon of opportunity and prosperity, had a darker side. A side underscored by lawlessness, greed, and environmental devastation that paints a bleaker picture of this historic era. As thousands flocked to California, society's rules started to dissolve in the face of the relentless pursuit of wealth. The gold rush became a breeding ground for anarchy. Without a structured legal system in place, disputes often escalated into violence. The concept of finders-keepers was stretched to its limits, with miners clashing over claims and theft becoming rampant. Greed, too, was a constant companion in these makeshift camps. The dream of striking it rich often overrode any sense of camaraderie among the miners. Friendships turned sour, alliances were broken, and the spirit of competition overpowered the sense of community. The promise of gold had not only lured people to California, it had also lured out the worst in people. But perhaps the most lasting impact of the gold rush was its environmental toll. The Sierra Nevada, once a pristine wilderness, was ravaged by the onslaught of mining. Forests were stripped bare to build makeshift towns and mining equipment. Rivers, once teeming with life, were rerouted, polluted, and rendered lifeless by hydraulic mining. The land was scarred and churned up, leaving behind a desolate landscape of abandoned mines and ghost towns. The local indigenous populations, too, bore the brunt of this devastation. Their ancestral lands were invaded, their resources depleted, and their cultures disrupted. The gold rush for them was not a dream of prosperity, but a nightmare of displacement and destruction. As the dust settled and the prospectors moved on, they left behind a landscape forever altered. The rush for gold had come at a high price, not just for the miners who risked their lives in pursuit of fortune, but for the environment and the indigenous communities who were swept up in this frenzy. Gold's allure masked its scars, etched deep into the land and its people. The California gold rush, while a transformative period in American history, was not without its darkness. A darkness that still lingers in the abandoned mines and ghost towns, a stark reminder of the cost of unchecked ambition and greed. Yet, the gold rush left more than just scars, it left a legacy. This legacy is seen in the rapid growth of San Francisco, a city that blossomed almost overnight from a small settlement into a bustling metropolis. It's reflected in the diversification of California's population as dreamers from all corners of the globe converged in search of fortune, weaving a rich tapestry of cultures, languages, and traditions. But perhaps the most enduring legacy of the gold rush is the mythos of the American West. This was an era that symbolized the spirit of adventure, the allure of the unknown, and the resilience of those daring enough to chase their dreams, regardless of the odds. As we look around modern-day California, we see the indelible marks of this past, a testament to the transformative power of a single discovery. In its wake, the gold rush shaped a new American identity, born of dreams, diversity, and determination. The California gold rush, a testament to the human spirit's quest for adventure and prosperity. Yet, as we delve deeper into this fascinating chapter of history, we're reminded of its dual nature. This was not merely a time of glittering wealth, but also of profound hardship. Imagine, if you will, the multitude of prospectors who arrived with dreams of golden fortunes, only to encounter the harsh realities of life in the mining camps. For every tale of a miner striking it rich, There were countless stories of hardship, despair, and ultimately, failure. The gold rush brought a seismic shift to California, transforming its landscape and population in ways that still reverberate today. But the cost of this transformation was high, paid in human lives, environmental devastation, and the displacement of indigenous communities. But one must ponder the California gold rush, a dream of prosperity or a tale of hardship. The golden nugget gleams, bearing witness to both.